3rd edition and Nomad is Arabia your home map? Why would you add that in the start of a Nomad game? Nomad worst map in the tournament? Hey! Nomad is the best map. No matter what. I suggest it every season and I vote for it. I want it in. Should be fixed in the ranked map pool. Well, this is a weird Nomad map gen actually. There's hybrid terrain here to move over. Or not hybrid actually, shallow terrain. And the same over here. So there's a little bit of lakes going in here and a tiny pond here. I hope nobody docks this pond because that's kind of not ideal. Remove arena and add Nomad. Perfect. Papaya Pete gets it. That's exactly it. We lost from the very start, no map space. Yeah, that's what Nomad can do for you. I see the positions here actually, that the raiding party, they are all in the south side here. They're kind of giving up quite a bit of the map here, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's still room to expand over here. You could transport over here if you have to and try and establish some presence over here. It's just Nomad is a map you can't give up lightly and early because it's going to be a mess from most parts of the game. We'll have a quick chat about the civilizations here. We could start with Hope Valley Ultras here. Schwimmboots with the Malians. Very obvious pick for Nomad starts. It's the thing about Malians is that they save wood for buildings. So some percentage. So you could drop a dock and a TC right away and still afford a house efficient ship. How does the Civ choice work in this tournament? It's hidden Civ when you play, but you're only allowed to use 3 Civs per team, yeah, throughout the season. And there's probably 8 teams in each division or so you have to think a little bit creatively, not if you want to try hard pick the Civs for some specific maps. So that's Malians with the Schwimmboots here. We have the Puebler with the Spanish. One of the things with Spanish on Nomad, there's lots of stone, so you have an easy time getting to your precious conquistadors. And you build castles faster, so you could castle drop your enemies and use conquistadors for movement and map control. But also, kind of a hidden boost for Spanish is that their builders work faster, so you'll be getting your town center up quickly, even if you don't have all 3 builders building it. Spanish builders simply build faster. The Puebler is just missing the boar in the back here though. I hope he finds them eventually. One boar there, not scouted. That's why you scout with villagers if you have to, but preferably with sheep to get some grasp of the map here. And finally, for Hope Valley Ultras, not saving the good civs here, we have Lithuanians for Barrel Master 3000 here. Lithuanians, they start with plus 150 food, so they'll struggle less with the lack of food. That can be an issue on Nomad if you can't find boars or if you can't get your fish out consistently. So you could start focusing on wood a lot earlier as Lithuanians. Get your dock up and start fishing. Even some quick walling in the dock villager there. So that's something that Lithuanians have going for them. That's have a very smooth start on Nomad with extra food. Let's see for raiding party here. We have Moin with the Malians here. Same as Schwimmboots. So obvious Nomad pick. The dock is quite close to the TC here. I like that. And the docking builder could help out building the TC in the early stage. Or if you get hit by enemy presence here, whether it be ships or land army, you could still pull back towards the TC to save the builder. Good fish eco rolling here for Moin as well. Doesn't look too bad. Yipip with the Japanese wants to fight for water here, dropping the 2nd dock already. And Japanese fishing ships, they are more tanky, they have more hit points, they have more armor than standard ships. 4+2, as you can see, 120 HP against 4 plus 0 and just 60 HP. The fishing ships work a tiny bit faster for Japanese as well, so that's also an eco bonus to benefit from. And finally, for until 94, we have the Vietnamese. And that's the thing about Vietnamese, you get to see the enemy town centers locations. So that could help you a bit in the planning here to know that they are not that far off from you. It could also be an indication that we could expand to the south or to the north side. And let's see if you can find the eco tab here. Here are the resources for our players. So nobody going up to the fuel age just yet. Looks like Barrel Master is taking the lead here, eco-wise. See how many? 6 fishing ships, and still investing heavily into wood here. And soon has the food to pick up here. Shrimp boots might be the first one to the fuel age here. And at the very least, actually the dock positionings here are quite awkward for Hope Valley Ultras here to have them all in the middle here. You need to go further and further to get to the deep fish. Like, typically speaking, if you can get the dock up in the north or in the corners, that's your best spots because you'd have a shorter traveling distance to the fish and there will generally be more deep fish. And if you can't get that, you want to at least place it on an outliner like this and get as close to the waters as possible. Thanks for the follow, BJ2152. As you can see, there's more deep fish in the corners and the traveling distance. If you have dock here, for example, it's much shorter travel. So having them here, it kind of hides away the docks. It's not the end of the world, but just look at the traveling distance here for the fishing ships. It's like farming 6 tiles away from the TC as a comparison. It's not very efficient already early on in the game. Fuel ages on the way for the whole Hope Valley Ultras team here, as raiding party has Moyen just now reaching the fuel age. Right behind the other Malians player, actually. So let's see what the investment will be like here. There's another thing to consider, especially if you want to contest water, is that when you're on the way up to the fuel age, you would want to use one fishing ship to scout the shoreline and find out where the enemy has docked. And that's for both teams here, that is a lack in scouting intel. That you can tell that they haven't been scouting the shoreline, and you'll have no idea how much you need to invest in water. I mean, if you're Hope Valley Ultras here and you see 2 docks per Yipip, you know that you'll have to invest more into the fire galleys and everything. And I thought I saw 2 docks, but I confused the colors here. But the point stands: if you see 2 docks upon when you're in the fuel age already, that could both be an indication that your opponent wants to challenge water and that they are investing more into fish, and all the more reason to invest more into naval military of your own to take the control on water. Let's have a look at the idle times here. So Lithuanians and Malians with very fluent TC usage here. Yeah, not too much difference here. That probably are on tilt to roughly the same idle TC times here, and so the villager counts are dead even right now, looking at that. Some players in the middle here now to indicate that I know the location of yellow. That's some place you could hit. And the only person with player presence on water now is Shrimp Boots, who is currently using the fire galleys to scout the shore. And you see that there's 5 fire galleys, right? But for raiding party, there's only 3 or 4 docks total. So already, even 5 or 6 fire galleys might be too much here. You have a head start to the fuel age for a team, and 2 players already on the way to the castle age even here for Barrel Master and Dark Bubbler. While the Malians player Shrimp Boots will take some responsibility for the water controller. And that's a long distance to travel for the fire galleys. It would be long anyway, but The numbers definitely in Schwimbut's favor. 7 fire galleys against only 2 from Moyne here. Moyne with the scouts, and Parallmaster probably thinking about knights here. Yeah, okay. Some scouts just roaming around here, gathering precious intel on the map for Moyne. There is an issue with the progression through the ages here for raiding party though, and also here keep away a lot of the map the sides. It was a way to keep the knights out and to salvage the transition to cast stage. On tilt is a little bit water as well, but he's being outnumbered by Schwimbutz here, who's really committing to water here. 12 fire galleys. I think that's already an overcommitment here, given the investment on water from raiding party. There's only 5 fire galleys. There's 2 players on water for raiding party, but still not anywhere near being able to contest this. I think that Pueblo should consider... Schwimbutz should consider stopping the naval army production now and start transitioning towards the cast stage, which is doing actually. But they still haven't found the docks. Schwimbutz still hasn't found the docks of, only found 1 dock of Moyne there. It's everything in the south. If you have this much personal water, you most definitely need to to contest it and start taking out docks and stopping fishing and fish traps and everything. Barrelmaster with the monastery now wants to collect that 1 relic to boost the attack a little bit. Probably knows about a few more as well. There's 1 over here, yeah. And 1 here if it's, yeah, just about to find it now that there's the conquistadors out. Oh, on tilt is fishing in the middle here. That's also hid away from the from the scouting or the line of sight of Schwimbutz here. Yeah, Schwimbutz for all the water investment is not really committing to the water play here by scouting and seeing what's going on there. How much fish being taken here that could have been dead long ago. But they are committing on land as well, probably feeling confident that water has been won here for Hope Valley Agas. And now they're starting to establish some presences on land as well. Barrelmaster and Schwimbutz both investing in more town centers here, and up over there with Castle for the Conquistadors going to stay 1 TC for a bit longer here. Villager situation still quite similar here, and that would be vastly different if the fish eco had been contested here. But now it's going idle here for the blue and teal players for a bit. So they need to go further away to try and find more deep fish. On tilt still in the feudal age, and not really close food-wise to go up here. Going for the archers with the Vietnamese. Skirmishers, in fact, which makes sense against conquistadors. The yeah, Conquistador is classified as a cavalry archer these days, so skirmishers will work as a counter unit to that. Still no sign of a castlate for on tilt, sadly. Could drop a market and adjust the economy maybe a bit here. Meanwhile, we have Schwimboots with the fire ships out on the field here, but Moin actually at numbers could contest these Castlage armies here, but he was pull them away to get to fire ship. Okay, that's good on Moin here to now actually almost match the numbers of Schwimboots here, and definitely in the fight in the middle here, that's going to be an easy win for the Malian's green player here. There we go, evening out the numbers here. 9 fire ships for Schwimboots and 8 for Moin. So Moin definitely doing some work on water here and has a demolition ship out as well, just in case any more fire ships come this way. Second castle going up for the Pueblo though. And given the position of Hope Valley Ultras on the field, I think that castle could be even more offensive, either on the Yipip down here or on tilt over here. So there's a lot more resources that could be denied by this castle for sure. Raiding party falling behind the villagers as well now. These are only feudal age skirmishers, so there's a limit to how much they will do against the conquistadors. Go HVU. So we have another castle going up here, not exactly hid away. In the meantime, Schwimboots has the boom of a lifetime with 5 town centers here. And not all of them producing, but it's still a nice way to protect economy. Moin with the camels, the issue is that the conquistadors can hit and run though, and the camels, they are, well, they have +2 defense. So it's not the worst decision ever, but the overall military situation on land, I think, is still in favor of Hope Valley Ultras here with 12 conquistadors now for the Puebler. Yeah, Fingolfin is like low 1400s, right? So he's... I think you should be, if he can and wants to play, I think you shouldn't be afraid to have Fingolfin on the team. I mean, if it's too much one way or the other, you could just sub him in or out, right? And you'll have potentially more even matchups. It's been a part of your team all the way along, right? So I was taking a break from game. Ah, I see. Well, these things happen, obviously. So, right side, a bit of fire ships fighting up here. So, not too interesting, but Moin doing some work on water here. The arguably bigger issue here is that Barrel Master is at 180, something almost fully boomed here with Lithuanians. And Schwimboots with 81 as well. If I take the 200 heal of my 1200 and give it to Moin, is 1400 rate. Yeah. Perfectly. Sounds about right. Oh, moonwalking! Moonwalking conquistadors. Yeah, finally Schwimboots has found the fish eco in the south, and that should show in the villager count as well. Hope Valley Ultras almost 100 villagers ahead here. Nice mangle shot on the elite skirms there. Elite skirms, crossbows. The space between green and yellow isn't safe eco expansion. No, it's not anymore. You're right about that. But earlier in the game, maybe. It's a good castle though, it protects some woodlines and some golds here, and allows for some... This is still... Yeah, still space that could be taken. But in all fairness, this is a bit of a weird nomad map generation as well, because you could have had land all the way here and here as well, and it would be more area to play on. So it's not an ideal nomad map in that sense. Raiding party are hanging in there though, but they'll be having 2 players now up in the Imperial Age. Yipip on the way up as well, but with weaker eco than especially the yellow player here. Yeah, what I think you could have done, Yipip, is to just not bother fighting for water instead and focus on land economy, build some farms and get the economy running on land. Because Shrimbuts did invest a lot into naval army in the feudal age. He was in the feudal age for a long time, and that's where you could have done a lot of damage to Shrimbuts with some kind of mobility play, like even Japanese knights, scouts. Could have walled red in, that's true as well. He's done a good job at walling himself in here. Fish even being raided by conquistadors here. Sneaky move. And there's the Imperial Age for Schwimbuts as well. With the Malians, that could mean cavalry play like Farimba, light cav, camels, and as such. But he's going into the longswords instead here, which is also a strong unit for the Malians. Getting into the 200 swordsmen and the champions as well with that extra pierced armor that Malians are given. Barrel master with another castle and. And overall military situation is still fairly even, but the economy behind this is as such that Hope Valley Ultras can afford to loot units. Raiding party not as much with the current eco situation here. 3 Spanish castle in one spot here more or less as well. Red lost his castle foundation. Which one? Oh, that one. Nice. Yeah, at least you got a castle kill, that's good. Doesn't look like that Puebler is taking it too harshly here though. 200 swordsmen, champ skulls from the Valiants here. No match for the elite skirms, obviously. On tilt is going to lose the skirm numbers. Here come the cap rams from Schwimbuts, but Moin is on points here with the camels. So he's doing decent here to clean up the ram push. But on the other side, we have Lithuanians Cavalier here with at least 1 relic, do they? Where's the relic situation here? 1 relic. No, 3 relics, sorry. 3 relics. And a KD situation on the very much positive side for Hope Valley Ultras here. Beautiful one here, but these are only cast age units for Moin here, so that's a big issue against Lithuanians Cavalier with that extra relics as well. Captain going up for Moin here for some extra defense, but the raiding party are just too far behind them. Now down to half the military and even less than half the military of Hope Valley Ultras, and the push here is going to be unstoppable. Yeah, GP with some Arbalest here could clean up some Cavalier in the choke points here, but it's not going to be in the early enough here. Even fighting under the castle, the Cavalier can just run around and do their thing here. Alright. Some big army fighting going on here. There's something to the north as well. It's a little bit of fire ships doing some work for Moyne here, making use of the naval army. Actually, kind of one water back here for raiding party, but now down to half the score there, and shouldn't be any way back for raiding party here. It's castles going down as well, and last line of defense, and conquistadors raiding from the other side. Definitely no way back here. The villager count is just gonna diminish, and the army numbers as well. And even Paladin on the way in for the Lithuanians player now. That's going to be tough. The Shrimp Boots with a 6 or 7 TC or so. I think that's the 7 TC going up here. Imperial Age in for the red player as well. So most of the players only on tilt, not in Imperial Age now, but on tilt is down to 11 builders, and Moyne is down to 38 as well, getting greedy to death here. Well, some good efforts, but this one is definitely Hope Valley Ultra's game here. GG is called, and well played it was for throughout the early games, early ages, but seems like Hope Valley Ultras have their strategies straight here. Game 2 is better. Alright. We'll have a look at game 2 as well. So Hope Valley Ultras gets the first one. So we can have a check at a bit further away. So real talk, what should we have done early game when Schwimmbutz is well, it was actually small margins to the feudal age there. I'll give you that. It was not that big a difference between Schwimmbutz and who was the other one? Moyne. But I don't think your placements were bad. You were quite collected. You're giving up away a lot on map. That just means you need to expand earlier. And the fact that Schwimmbutz went this heavily in water means that you could try and aim for a quicker, smoother castle age and take some town centers, take some map control, castles even. Castle drop red to stop him from playing his Spanish shenanigans there. But from the layout here, both purple and yellow got some very nice, almost free booms from their positioning, so that's a setback already. But that's Nomad right there. It can happen like this, and it's a little bit about the positions as well. But I think abandoning water and trying to claim it back later instead would be the play here, because they had one player investing heavily into feudal. Yeah. But you do your positions right, so you don't, you can't really boom. Only boom. You need map control. You need army out on the field to make sure this doesn't happen, that you're cramped up in the corner like this. You see, there's still space to the right hand side. Granted, it's kind of occupied by Barrel Master here, but there's still, you could try and make a transport or try and move over to that side sneakily somehow to establish some presence other sides on the map. Get some buildings up, get some night raids, pike raids, whatever, going to obstruct the boom of the other players here. Okay, temperature seems decent. Yeah, right, let's see if we can find the other game as well. Arabia it is. Waiting for game, you say? Let's quit capturation and okay, sounds like a good game then. Let's see. Nice, we have the same scoreboard going here. Timer running, perfect. So second game between Leading Party and Hope Valley Ultras here. We have the same lineup, don't we? Yeah, same players. Let's just jump right into it and see what civs they have picked for Arabia here. Barrel Master 3000 with the flanks. Best pocket save in the game, probably, and at least one of the better ones. Very streamlined towards cavalry play, but in return has the strongest paladins and cavaliers in the game, arguably. Among the strongest, anyway. To the right-hand side, we have Shrimputz with the Chinese here. Chinese tank is dropping that craze here to keep his production going. And he's done an admirable job so far with only 20 seconds of time. Even pushing in the deer here that are conveniently close to his base, that's going to help the food situation of Chinese quite a bit here, but he's also long distance hunting that deer, so maybe it's not so helpful after all. He's going to get housed because that house is beginning just a tiny bit too late, isn't it? Maybe it's fine. I think it's fine. So Chinese on the flank probably gonna be going for the archers here. On the left side we have the Puebler with the Britons. Classic archer civilization as well, +1 range in the Castle Age and the Imperial Ages, unique technology for another +1 range as well. And 20% faster working archery ranges for the whole team. As for raiding party, we have Yipip in the pockets here, plays the Persians. So, interesting to the Persians for Arabia, not to save them for Nomad, but raiding party hates Nomad, so they probably want to use the Triad Sims for other purposes as well instead. And Persians, great boom, their TCs start working faster from the feudal age onwards. And you also have access to fully upgraded heavy camels, which can come in very handy against Franks in the later stages of the game. Left hand side for Moyin with the Vikings. And going to go for the archers, maybe men-at-arms archers with Vikings. Extra hit points for the Vikings infantry will come in handy there, so we definitely should be going for men-at-arms. And finally the right hand side on Tilt 94 with the Mayans. So no Britons to benefit from a faster working range here for raiding party, but Mayans strong economy, of course. Do camels trade that well versus Frank Paladin? Yeah, I think they do. Decently enough. Frank Paladins, obviously, they have that extra hit points. But I'd still consider it. I wish I could check the costs here, because it's a matter of cost efficiency as well. I'm gonna check that, actually. Because you factor in the the unit cost as well, Papaya Pete, so that the heavy camel 55 food 60 gold, and also the upgrade is much cheaper than getting all the way to Paladin. And the Cavalier or Paladin costs 60 food and 75 gold, so there's 15 less gold per camel. And Dovahkiin has a point as well that the Indians they need to play heavier feudal and make more scouts and take the map control earlier on and gain an advantage, and then use that the great boom that they have with the cheaper villagers to get to the Imperial Age preferably faster and get to those beastie camels. Indian camels die to Arb after missing plate barding now. Yeah, but you don't run into Arbs alone. You have your opponent providing Arbs as well, so that shouldn't be an issue. They're more of a meat shield than a counter unit. Pip going heavy on the stragglers here. Really wants that Leer in, but admirably so has the lowest INTC time so far in the game, so good job, Pip. Going for the scouts here, probably going this heavily on food. And that's makes sense for the pocket anyway. The Purpler is with the Britons and walling off here, so Moyne, let's see if there's any... Yeah, there's the barracks for Moyne, and 22 pop up here. That should indicate the men-at-arms for Moyne, who's just now going to gold. But how much are the men-at-arms going to do against a fully walled Da Publer here? There's a good chance that the men-at-arms never get in here. Oh, there's some action on the other side. Shrimboots seeing the barracks of until 94 here. And of course has a barracks of his own, with the Chinese planning to go for straight archers and with 23 pop here. Ah, you're missing the second building, Yvip. Yeah. It happens, man. Alright, so we have both pockets in the Field Age now. 22 pop for Barrelmaster and Yipip here. They are producing these scouts, we can only assume. And Yipip with a solid lead here in terms of numbers right now. We have men-at-arms on the right-hand side for Tilt. Where are they going? I think they might find a way in here, but Shimboots is just now dropping the ranges. Straight ranges here for Shimboots, and yeah, the men-at-arms will enter on this side instead, which is probably a better point of entry. The turnaround is going to leave Shimboots with time to get the ranges up and get archers out though, so there's a limit to how much the men-at-arms will accomplish here. I think that's something that Tilt probably can't know and can't see, but if you'd kept going here with the men-at-arms, there's a chance both the ranges could be denied. Yes, exactly, Pip. But that comes down to scouting, not seeing that they are going after. Yeah, one tile away. But he's gonna take this has to take this villager though. That has to be a kill. Come on Tilt. Oh, he's so dead. Oh, he is dead. Come on. You got this. What is this? Is this a Berber villager or something? He's running away like crazy. Ah, there he goes. There he goes. That's one villager down though already. Value for on tilt with the men-at-arms here is being hit by Shrimboots' soon to be men-at-arms as well. So maybe we'll have a trade here in terms of villagers down. Smart walling in the range building villagers there, second range, and producing archers from the other one. I'd say just release those two archers and focus down the men-at-arms. Just run back towards the TC if need be, for protection. Well, on the front side, I did see the range and didn't catch if Moyne actually went for the men-at-arms, but If he did cancel them, that's also a good call given the full walls of the Puebler here. Yipip is on the move here on the north side with the scouts. Could snipe some farms here if he's... No, wait, they aren't actually at 0 HP. But making good use of the fact that Battlemaster is open here and getting some raids in. Oh, finds an opening on the woodland. Beautiful. Will not get a villager killed here. That's another hole behind that palisade. Battlemaster needs to brush up on his walling awareness here. But that did cost quite a lot of HP of Yip scouts. Is going to jabate away Barrelmaster scouts though, so that's something. But right now Barrelmaster has the military lead, albeit did invest into more spearmen as well to deal with the pressure here. Top side looks like the Puebler cleaned up here, or if Moin just pulled back. Let's see the KD here. Yeah, Moin with 7 losses. I think he lost some numbers here. Lacking... both of the same upgrades here now. And good call just to pull them inside the walls here now, not to risk any damage from the Britons here. Alright, scouting the territory here, getting some intel on the map. Yip with that 1 HP scout doing some work here. And here are some archers from Schwimboots moving on to on-tilt side here. Britain's pressure on the middle here, gonna get some kills here now, I think. 1 down. 2 down. So it's Moin's turn to get hit here now. The archer number is not too distant, I think. Let's see. Actually, there's a military lead for Moin. I think Moin should open the walls and chase here. He has the numbers. He could definitely chase. And oh, some good raids here. Good doubling by Barrelmaster and Schwimboots on tilt here on the right hand side. Yeah, those scouts are going to be annoying. Where's the quick wall? Quick wall on tilt 94. Not quick walling in the time on the woodline. I know the feeling, man. Not going to take that one. 2. Too harshly. And there's even an opening there for the scouts to escape. Couple of spears just poking away here, being plain annoying. Britons still not on the way to the castle age. Barrelmaster 3000 is on the way up though. Franks with just 1 minute left here. Moin is fully walled for now and still on the defensive here. Again, I think Moin could chase here. Maybe it's quite similar. Slight lead for Moin in HP wise and some skirmishers mixed in there. You don't want Britons to benefit from huge masses of archers to be upgraded into crossbows if you can avoid it. In this case, I think chase would be the play. Preferably with some assistance with scouts or knight pocket. Raiding spears on raiding parties side, yes. I like the addition of camels from Yipip here. He knows that the Franks dude will be sending knights out sooner rather than later. 4 knights in queue from both stables for Barrelmaster here, so he is doubling up on the numbers here. Look at the stats though, it's pretty similar. 120 villagers to 118 and 49 to 48 military. Tower on the gold for on tilt. I think that's a necessary want only one gold inside of the walls here. Could also be avoided by walling further out, so that the main gold is not within the reach of archers from inside the walls. Yip is hungry for some raids again here. There's a palisade gate here. I think that could be easily broken with... Yeah, maybe not just 3 knights in the Campbell here. It's 4 knights in the Campbell against 8 Franks knights here, so the Franks should definitely win this one. Even though +2 is on the way for Yip here. Tries to see if the gate is open, but it's not allowed in here. 62 military count dead, even though. And we have Moin on the way up to the castle edge as well. Britain's already there, and now moving out with the crossbows yet again. Pulling the numbers back here now. Why would you pull them all the way back home to regroup with the rest of the armies here, maybe? Doubling up on the TCs as well, so 3 TCs for Yip quite should honestly be further behind the Barrel Master, who was much earlier to the 3 TCs, but it doesn't look too bad. Was planning to go and help Moin, yeah, that makes sense. Moin, don't engage! Wait for crossbow, wait for crossbow, wait for crossbow. Ah! Yeah, it still got the numbers, so it's okay-ish, but that was some archers down for nothing. Especially if the Britons have extra range as well. And Yip, you're sorely needed on the left-hand side here 1 minute ago. That would be an awesome fight with the Persians and knights in between here. Okay, we're going the other way, going to... Okay, there's a 2v on the right-hand side, so I take it back. Yip is needed on the right-hand side now, and Moin will just have to hold his own. Barrel Master with 16 knights and Doubler with 34 crossbows here. That's a pretty darn scary army to deal with here. It's not going to be able to quick wall behind here either on tilt with this massive crossbows behind. Ballistics just about to kick in for Shrimbuts here, makes it easier to hit moving targets. And Castle Age still a bit away for on tilt here, 51 seconds to go. That could be devastating for the archers numbers here on the right hand side. Meanwhile, Yip is going for a raid in the north here. Yeah, on tilt swallowing is a bit too compact here. It's allowing for the aggression to easily hit the economy even from the outside. And can't help but feel like Barrel Master and Shrimbuts should keep pushing here and just take out these archer numbers before the cast age kicks in there. Even the knights alone could almost take out all of these archers, I think. Let's have a look at the raids up here. Now it should be interesting to see the Eco KD. We can see it here, I think. Yip with 2, 3, 5. Look at the builder counts still, though it's... Barrel Master is still ahead behind all these raids and keeps queuing villagers, which is nice to see. It means that even though you lose villagers to raids, you're kind of recovering from it by flowing constant villagers. It does force a reaction though, and Barrel Master has to pull all the way home. That also means that on tilt in the meantime is able to get to those crossbows from the Mayans. Moin is holding on here, defensive siege 1 for 1 there has to be. And there's elite skirms in the mix as well, and there won't be any knights from Barrel Master to help out here. So again, I think Moin could consider chasing Oh, ah! Ow! Okay, good split. Good split. Oh, purple came to the pocket here on the Yip side. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that's a good call by Twinbutts here, because most of Yipip's armies have been up in the north raiding, and look at the army count now for Yipip here. 3 camels and 2 knights, that's all he's got to deal with this. Has the siege workshop, so 1 Mangonel is out, but you still need to get the hit of your life to take out these. And now Twinbutts will be moving all the way over to the other flank here to harass the Vikings by the looks of it. 20 knights for Barrel Master now, only 5 military for the green pocket. It's not over, don't dare you, GG boys. Well, to be fair, the army count is similar here, but eco situation not so much. It's 52 builders more for Hope Valley Ultras here, so they can afford to lose a lot more. They're probably getting no upgrades on the knights. But yeah, that's a pretty late second defense. That could have been devastating against On Tilt's crossbows numbers here. Forward castle now for the Upper is not taking any risks here. That could definitely be more forward. But it's a nice point to fall back to for defense and everything. Ooh, is that 1 for 2? What happened there? That's... Alright, good work. So I'm alarmed by the army situation here. I mean, army numbers, they're similar. On Tilt is being cleaned up on the right-hand side, unfortunately. It's gonna be hit by some Chinese crossbows here as well, and rip to On Tilt's armies, only 9 crossbows left and diminishing. And left-hand side, of course, solid push by the Puebler there, who is... let's see the ecos here if anyone's close to the Imperial Age. Greenboots actually go Imperial Age here soon. He has the University only missing the second building, if I'm seeing correctly here. And On Tilt losing the army, that's bad news as well. The right-hand flank is extremely exposed to attacks from Hope Valley Ultras now, who have a significant military now. The only person with significant military numbers on raiding party now is Moin, so Moin will have to hard carry it from here with Vikings from the flank, and that's easier said than done with castle in your face like this. Yip here with the armies. It's fine, Persian TCs. Persian TCs don't help if you don't produce army. Unless you plan to douche every single one of your enemies during the game. It could happen, of course. Some walls to the sides here, so Hope Valley Ultras, they are preparing for the long game. They want trade up and running, and they're securing the corners while they still can here to have some gold boost for their late game. I think this game is going to end before trade kicks in though, because Hope Valley Ultras has a 50 military lead and a 50 villagers lead. Solid overall population lead. 416 and 100 more population. Dubhubler definitely wasn't happy that he had to play alone all the time. He's fine, man. He's fine. He's slowly pushing back the Vikings here. That's the curse of 2v3s. You end up having at least one side usually playing a 1v1 on the flanks. This is machine gun archers, so they don't even have pumping and they're firing away like that. How can they even recharge or reload so quickly? I don't get it. Alright, Persian Eco kicking in here. Yipip is bringing back the numbers here. The issue is that the Franks player is just 1 minute away from the Imperial Age, and that could mean quite a few Cavalier on the field, and there's still crossbows on the here for Shrimbuts, and not nearly enough on army for on tilt to help in here in the big fights. I don't have the APM to play on both sides. You don't necessarily need to either, Barrel Master. If you have a strong flank player like the Puebler on the left-hand side there. Because he seems to be pushing nicely on his own with the Briton there. 69 crossbows against 46 and 25 units of Moine there. So you would argue that if you had some knights from the yellow pocket on the left-hand side, then the elite skirmishers would be rendered useless for Moine there. What a glorious mess this fight is, but look at the HP difference here between the purple and yellow and the other army here. Nasty hill indeed, and Shrimbuts is making the most of it. And again, the armies are diminished here, and yet the raiding party keep playing, holding on there. They are 100 army behind now, it's still 100 population behind total as well. Arbalest is in for Shrimbuts. And we'll soon have Cavalier even for Barrel Master here. This is not looking pretty for on tilt here in this nice little compact Alliance base here. Alright, Imperial Age for Yipip as well, so Persian's gonna help out here, but the walls have been breached, and Barrel Master can send in all of the Franks Cavalier here to wipe on from existence here, accompanied by his teammates Arbalest here and a forward castle. Left hand side, Moine is just holding and barely so it's being pushed on both sides here for Raiding Party, who have been putting up a nice game here, all things considered. But falling more and more behind here, of course, with on tilt 94 down to 56 builders now, and no chance of any transition or more army production here anytime soon. 0 army for on tilt 94. In the meantime, we also have trades about to start for Shrimbuts and Co on the right hand side here. Means that they will have consistent gold access. Raiding Party will probably be running out in not too long here. We said after the game, considering it was 1300, 1300, 1250 versus 1200, 1211, we were happy. Yeah, Elo isn't all in team games though. Team combination, coordination matters as well. So, but yeah, when there's a gap like that, an average of more than 100 Elo gap, then it's obviously getting difficult. Huge mismatch on one flank, yeah. Guess you're right that makes it awkward. Heavy Camel on the way, Commander run as well, gonna go for the trash poker for Yipip. I'm not sure what trash balls are going to contribute here. There isn't a single pikeman on the field. Britain's flexing here with a few longbows forward here now from the 2 castles, and probably Warwolf Treb as well if the economy allows. And Moine is just being pushed further and further back here, and the Raiding Party losing inflation, losing build tree, losing what they can here. Enter the Cavalier and Arbalest here, and Yipip soon with Heavy Camel and Cavalerian, but is on his own here now. No help to be from on tilt here, obviously. He's been taking a heavy beating here on the right hand side. And yeah, just look at the stats here. Even counting the villagers or not, this is almost twice the hit points for Hope Valley Ultras here. I think this is going to be an easy cleanup for Hope Valley Ultras right before he came up in as well. And this was the oh shit moment. Yeah, I see. Let's see what you mean. Oh, Mangonels are taking good and getting some good hit on Barrel Master's Cavalier here, yeah. 65 military to 180 now. Not any easy way back from that. And a good old lag fest it is as well. I think it's my capture rage struggling to keep up with me here. I didn't realize the mic, but I just wondered why the fight wasn't that great. Yeah, you can hear the attack noises. You don't really expect Mangonels to kill Cavalier like that. Moin on the way to the Imperial Age as well. Paladin for Yippee here, such a boomer, man. Burn disease. And maybe if I stop moving around this one. Let's just do a quick pause here and see if it helps in the playback. Probably not. Another castle on the hill for the Britons on the left hand side here. Arbalest numbers, just look at that for the Britons. Schwimboots as well with 71 Arbalest on one side, and then we have how many? 50 Britons Arbalest on the left hand side. They even have that extra range, 5 range, longbows, 6 plus 6 range here. And the map control is just all over the place here for Hope Valley Ultras. Paladin from Barrel Master as well with the frags. While Paladin is still on the way for Yippee here, and Light Cav on the way maybe wants to try to get some desperate raids in here. But if you look at the population here, it's more than twice the population for Hope Valley Ultras here. That's something you barely ever get back from. Another castle. How many castles on the map total here now for the teams here? They have trade running on the right hand side as well, so Barrelmaster can just spam paladins here, given the gold income. Yippee can most certainly not having trade here and running out of gold at home. Moin with the ram pushy, battering rams for now, no sign of a capped ram research here anywhere. Could help in taking down the castle, but they're still only battering rams and it doesn't take a lot of Barrelmaster's paladins to take out these. One castle goes down here and... And there's 20 military left for a raiding party here. GG well played is called. And Hope Valley Ultras takes another one here for a 2-0. That was definitely a more competitive match than Nomad one though. So kudos to raiding party for holding on and holding up with it for a while. And there it is. 54 minutes and 18 seconds is very tense. Let's have a look at the upgrades here. Look at the player's turn. Getting the recore upgrades here. Good. This game was literally me pressing Shift C, Shift W, Shift R, telling these guys don't worry, push. I think there was plenty of reason to worry, but still a good set. Yeah, Frank's OP, as we can see here. Shrimput's doing more than decent as well. And the economist here. Yip, the only one contesting the economy of the opposing team here, on tilt under heavy pressure the whole game, and one holding like a champ, but never able to push back in the 1-1 on the left-hand side. So a rough game for Raiding Party overall. Nice castle each time for Yip, though. After the scouts, that's Persian DC's work a little bit faster, of course, 10% faster, but still good advantage over the Franks there, timing-wise. And let's see the society score as well. Such a boomer. Alright, so if you build a blacksmith earlier, you could be even better off. Yeah, that makes sense. Bit unfortunate there, though.